What's going on, Aces? Welcome back to the channel. Tameka Foster, who is Usher's ex-wife, she wants Lake Lanier drained after her son passed away. So on July 6th, 2012, her 11-year-old son, his name was Kile Glover, he was riding on an inner tube on the lake when he was hit by a jet ski. And after weeks in the hospital, he passed away from his injuries. A family friend was convicted for the boy's death and sentenced to 4 years in prison. And this is so heartbreaking. There he is with his parents. And, he was only 11. Rest in peace, baby Kyle. That makes me really sad. Lake Lanier, has a reputation that is it's worldwide, to be honest. I mean, I'm not from Georgia. I'm from the north, and I've heard about Lake Lanier. In fact, you guys can go and search my videos. I made a video about it last year, right? Because people have passed away. I mean, it's known for that. And this is why. Let me give you guys a really brief history. So it is a Georgia landmark, Lake Lanier. But before it became Lake Lanier, it was a town called Oscarville. Now, Oscarville was formed in the late 1800s during the Reconstruction era, and the Reconstruction era was right before Jim Crow. Okay, so the enslaved people, our ancestors, they were freed. They were senators, they were business people, doctors, lawyers, farmers, you name it. They had money. Okay, they were hardworking, and instead of working for free, they started building their own towns, like Tulsa, Oklahoma, with Black Wall Street. It was thriving. Okay, multiple towns in Florida. And here we have Oscarville in Georgia. Okay, it was full of carpenters. This town, specifically Oscarville, was a thriving Black community full of carpenters, blacksmiths, and bricklayers, with farming as its top trade. They had a miraculous farming growth here, while the rest of the state was really struggling. And this was the case until 1912. When May Crow, a 19-year-old white woman, was found dead in the woods near Oscarville. And typically, the answer to dead white women was to presume that they had been SA'd, and they start blaming the Black people in the community for their death, okay? So when nightfall came, terror began to reign over Oscarville. They said the mobs came together, called night riders, and they drove the Black community out. They were, the Black people of Oscarville were awakened to fires outside, fire bombs thrown in the church. And of course, the church is the centerfold of the community. So anytime that happened, or anything would happen in the community, people would congregate at the church. They attacked the church first because that's where people were going for community and protection. So after this destruction in the late 1950s, the Beaufort Dam was built and Lake Lanier was formed, covering up Oscarville and swallowing most of its history. And ever since then, you guys, I'm telling y'all, this lake has been problematic, right? There have been so many people who have not made it out alive by going to this lake. Even during, the throes of the pandemic a few years ago, people were throwing caution to the wind, and they're like, we don't care, we're going to go to Lake Lanier. And we heard story after story multiple stories, okay? So if there's one thing I want you to take away from this video, and I'm being 100% dead serious, do not, for any reason, stick a pinky toe in Lake Lanier, okay? Now, for me, I'm not big on urban legends and all those things. However, okay, I do believe in the spiritual realm. Angels, demons, those are biblical. I'm a Christian. I believe all those things, okay? I do believe that there are places and things that happen that cannot be explained. I do believe that there are places on this earth that are sacred and that should not be disturbed. just because of what happened. I mean, they threw, they chased the people out, and then they flooded the town to try to cover up what happened in Oscarville. Okay, so please do not go to Lake Lanier. Now, Tameka Foster wants, the whole thing to be drained, and I don't blame her, right? She's still grieving her son. He was only 11 years old. That has to be heartbreaking. And it's not just her son, right, that has passed away from Lake Lanier. I don't know. It's countless. Matter of fact, there is a saying. A lot of people in Atlanta, they say that, a summer is not a summer until someone doesn't make it back from Lake Lanier. That's how, a lot of times Memorial Day is kicked off or whatever. It's like an urban legend or something. And it's really unfortunate because it is a beautiful lake, but the history behind it is so troublesome and so dark that it's essentially almost like a burial site. It is, right? And you want to respect that. And so there are so many things in this world that people can't necessarily explain. Like for me, I love to explore and go different places. But there are just a few places that I will never go. One of those, of course, is Lake Lanier. The other one is like the Bermuda Triangle. I don't need to go. I don't need to go. There's been too many unexplained things, missing people, and for whatever reason, there are just places that I feel like people just don't need to go to. Okay, so going back to Tameka Foster, it says, according to the Georgia Department of Natural Resources, within the first half of last year, there were 14 boating-related fatalities, 67 injuries, and 114 incidents reported. That was just in the first half of 2022, y'all. That is, oh my goodness. There was estimated 700 people passing away, taken unalive, right? That has occurred at Lake Lanier since 1956. 700? 700. Oh, no. See, and here's the thing. This is what she wrote on Instagram. Foster wrote, quote, on this significant day, July 6th, we remember the tragic accident at Lake Lanier that forever altered my life. My courageous son, Kile Glover, fought for 2 weeks with unwavering strength until his passing on July 21st. Today, we honor his memory by rallying together for change. Let's ensure a safer future by demanding improved safety measures, better zoning, and the removal of the debris from the lake. Join me in signing the petition and sharing this vital cause. Together, we can create a fresh start in bringing about lasting transformation. Hashtag justice for Kile. Hashtag sign for safety. Hashtag I will fight to the end of my days. Okay, that's a noble cause. I would say just leave it alone. Maybe just put some caution tape around the whole lake. Just make it like a museum or something, you know what I mean, where people can kind of look but don't touch. I don't know, but them draining it, I feel like that would make things worse. I don't know, you guys. I feel bad. I know she's grieving, and she wants to honor her son on July 6th, and I completely understand that. But I don't think the answer is draining the lake. And I feel like the 700 people who didn't make it back with their friends and family after going to Lake Lanier would they would agree with me. But I want to hear from you as always. Please let me know your thoughts, and I will talk with you later. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Have a wonderful Wednesday, y'all. Talk to you later, aces. Bye.